hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. Even if not, that's okay too, isn't it? Sometimes times are good, sometimes times are bad. Best thing we can do is to just find ways to be grateful. Just focus on the present. You know where you are in the present right now, little bunny. I'll give you a hint. It's the same place that I'm at right now, which is right here with you in this special, special place. So do you want to take a breath with me? Get really in touch with the present. Just you and just me. Let's find something to be grateful for. You grateful for me, little bunny? Yes. Nod your bunny head. You're grateful for your daddy, aren't you? I'm grateful for you, little bunny. I love you very much. I care about you. I want your happiness. I really, really do. I really, really do care for you. And I'm also going to savor this coffee I have. I already poured it. It's actually gotten a little bit cold, but it is, slow down, Daddy. It is once again some decaf coffee because it is past midnight right now, little bunny. You and I are staying up late together through garden magic. Whenever it is for you, whenever it is for me. We are both staying up late together right now. And we're also wherever you are right now. Look around you, little bunny. Are you inside or outside? Wherever you are. Are you alone? No, little bunny, you're not alone. I'm here with you. And where am I? Right here in your ears, little bunny. Where else would I be? I am with you right now. And if you know how to do a hand hug, let's do a hand hug real quick. If you don't know, just kind of cradle your thumb in a fist, right? Kind of let it poke out of your middle and ring finger. Just 3, 2, 1, squeeze. There you go. Can you feel me sending love to your fist? I'm squeezing my fist, sending my love straight to you. And release. You're not alone, little bunny. Not only do you have me, you have all of your fellow bunnies as well. There are so many bunnies in the garden these days, little bunny. Did you know that? We are growing and growing and growing, and we are coming to, it's hard to say when to start the clock for the garden, but we're coming to the end of garden year 2. We'll just have it be New Year's. Why don't we do that? It was actually a New Year's resolution 2 years ago to really get my crap together and make this garden thing happen. Instead of just being like, wouldn't it be cool if, oh, I totally have the potential to do that if somehow it happened. All this kind of nonsense talk. I swear, little bunny, the biggest hindrance to anything you want to accomplish, the biggest hindrance is indeed yourself. For the most part. Depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Some things, okay. I don't know. Just trying to help out, little bunny. Just here to hopefully make your life better. And at the very least, make you smile. Make you feel some love. Because it's real love. None of this is fake. I'm not an actor, little bunny. I will never, ever act. Unless I'm given like a voiceover part in a movie or something, I might do that. But in that case, it'll be very clear that I'm acting. And I also act when I'm doing fiction stuff. Anyway, what are we up to? Let me get you out. I always have you on my desk. Your little protective case here. This is you coming out of your protective home. You are here in the form of a bunny figurine, which you have surely seen before. There you go. Look at you. You know, little bunny. You know the story behind you in this bunny figurine form? Oh, little bunny. So you know how I mentioned we're coming to the end of garden year 2. And it was 2 years ago with a New Year's resolution to get my crap together, to make stuff happen. You know, when I had this little bunny, when I got this little guy, it was years prior, actually, little bunny. I had tried to start the garden maybe like 5 years ago, actually. And I failed and gave up. Oh, but that was a prior me. Better every year, little bunny. It's the greatest joy in life. I'm a hypocrite. I'm sure I'll say there's many greatest joys of life. But allow me in this moment to say the greatest joy of life. To just get better and better and better at things. So much of it just comes down to choosing to do it. Choosing to believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, little bunny, I will believe in you for you. Because I have confidence in you. Confidence in you. You want to know why I have confidence in you, little bunny? Because you're not just anyone. You're my little bunny. You can only make it to this moment right now. You and me right here. You can't make it here unless you're a very, very particular kind of person that I am very fond of. I believe in you. I really do. You can achieve so many great things. Oh. I'll do my best to help you. Oh, okay. So what are we talking about this week? Let me take another sip of coffee. Do you know what my favorite holiday is? We're coming in the holiday season, quote unquote. My favorite holiday, little bunny. First, let me ask you your favorite holiday. What's your favorite holiday, little bunny? If I had to guess, I'm going to guess your favorite is Halloween. Was I right? Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. My favorite holiday is one that is not that popular for most favorite holidays. It's actually New Year's. Transition from New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. I love that it's universal, right? Granted that I guess we're celebrating this specific calendar we have, the Gregorian calendar. You know, there's Chinese calendars and every culture has their own calendar. But they can all celebrate a new year, so it's not even specific to. What I'm trying to get at is that it doesn't require you to be born in any culture or to have any kind of beliefs about the nature of the world. It's just a celebration, switching from the past to the future. And it's a chance to reinvent yourself without needing any excuse. Is that the right way to say it? I guess it is kind of an excuse, the calendar changing to the new year. But it's like we can all agree that there's not really any meaning behind New Year, right? There's no special miracle that happened or was supposed to happen. There's no historical event that we've decided is really significant and we're going to celebrate it year after year. There's nothing wrong with those holidays. It's great. There's all kinds of variety. Enjoy as many kinds of holidays as you can. This one is so special in that it really has no meaning other than just changing the page, the number that you write down. There's no inherent starting point to a year. There's no reason January 1st is the starting point of the year. The earth just moves in a nice smooth circle around the sun. There's no start point, there's no end point. Just gotta pick a day. That's the new year. So, I was chatting with your fellow bunnies, of which there are many fellow bunnies, but some of your most committed, I don't know, some of your most involved bunnies in the garden. You were in the locked section of the garden, specifically the Discord. Discord is like a social media site for communities, actually. It's really cool. The locked section is Patreon, by the way, and it's 18 plus only, so don't join if you're not 18. But I was chatting with the bunnies in the locked section in the Discord, and we were talking about, I guess it was requests for the podcast episode. They wanted to know about what kind of holiday traditions I like. And the very astute right-hand bunny, your right-hand bunny, little bunny. Exactly what she said. Oh no, she's on the spot. I won't go find it, but something that was very wise and very garden, which is that traditions, especially in the garden, we can invent traditions here. In so many cultures, traditions are what's given to you. You wake up on the first day of your life and you're born into this setting and these circumstances you didn't choose. You're given this language you didn't choose and these cultures in every sense of the word that you didn't choose to be born into. And there's all kinds of traditions that come with your holidays. And sometimes the meaning still makes sense. Sometimes the meaning doesn't make sense. But what's awesome about the garden is that we really control our own destinies here. We really choose what we do. So since this is garden year 2, we get to really actively choose to do things. We're going to start a little tradition. We're going to start a little tradition, a little bunny. This will be potentially one of many traditions to come, and I invite you to adapt this tradition however you want. So this is interactive, little bunny. Why don't you go ahead and you can either write this down on some paper, or you can write it down on the notes on your phone, or you can just follow along in your mind, or you can tune me out and just listen to the comforting sounds of my voice. Yeah. Choose your own destiny, little bunny, including this tradition we're doing. So, this is going to be a little New Year's garden tradition. We're going to write down 4 things, little bunny. We're looking back on the past year. We're going to write down 4 things. This may take some time. If you're like me, I had to go look at my journal. Actually, I write down what I did every day. I have a log for many years, which is actually a mental health thing, to make sure I can tell. Make sure I can identify if I'm having rose-tinted glasses. Oh man, wasn't it so nice when I was in this chapter of my life? Well, now I can go back and see what it was actually like. Okay, little bunny, I'm getting distracted. 4 things that we're looking back on the past year. I'll just tell you all 4 and then we'll dive deep into it. So number 1, I want you to write down or jot down, remind yourself of a story from this past year, a real story that makes you look good. So pause. There's a tradition I've heard of in multiple different cultures where at the end of the year, you write down things you want to let go of, and then you toss it in the fire or something along those lines. And you let go of the things of the past. And we're going to do a little garden twist on this, which is that we're going to choose which things to take with us. Choose the things that make us stronger from the past year. So I want you to pick some time this past year where you did something, where you had an exchange that made you look good, a story you can tell. And I'm debating whether or not I can tell you mine, little bunny. Oh, man. Okay, I'll tell you the reason I can't tell you mine. How about that? Mine involves someone very high profile who was very taken in by me, shall I say. I shan't say anymore. But over the course of a day, spending time with this person who was high profile, going from relatively strangers to having an emotional bond, they described me as having arresting confidence. And they were quite bamboozled by me. It was a great, great boost, not of ego, although ego boosts are good. Boost of ego is good. Kind of like a confirmation that I'm someone who's valuable and charming and desired by people who are desired by many, many others. I'm among the greats in the world. Really am among the greats. So, you little bunny. By the way, you're among the greats too, because you're my little bunny. You're special, you know. If you don't realize that, if you haven't internalized that you're not normal, you're not typical, you're not ordinary, well, then I will keep doing my work. Okay. Let's think about you, little bunny. A story you can talk about. Is there maybe a fun night you had? Or maybe is there a friend or a person that you had a really good connection with? 1 second. Or did you make something? Or did you tell a good joke? Or did you have just some kind of victory? Maybe it's that you said something really clever to someone who was mean to you. Or maybe you just had I'll use some examples, I guess, from the Discords. Maybe you hosted an event that went really well, or you made some friends, or you did something for someone that was really special. You wrote them a note, or you gave them a gift. You brightened someone's day. Maybe there was someone who was really not having a good day, and you were just a ray of sunshine, like you often are, little bunny. Is there some victory we can find? And if you think there's not, your brain is being mean to you. There are many, many stories from this past year that make you look good, make you look confident, and charming, and funny, and kind, and a person that other people love to be around. I love being around you, by the way. I'm feeling great spending this time with you. You know, if I could multiply my audience by 100 times, but it becomes an audience of everybody, I would not take that. Ew, go away. I only want bunnies. I want you and your fellow bunnies, little bunny. You are not ordinary. This is not a broadcast that you could hear walking down the street. This is a very little secret place in the world, hidden by garden magic that only bunnies can find. A bunny is a warm person, a cute person, a mischievous person often, a playful person, an ambitious person. Ambitious in the ways that they choose, in the arenas that they find valuable and interesting and exciting. Bunny is someone who prioritizes their own happiness, not at the expense of other people, but in addition to other people, because you are other people, little bunny. If it's good to help others, it's good to help you. You are just as worthy as other people. Okay, have you figured out your little story yet? Your one-off story you can take with you that makes you look good this year. By the way, you can email these to me. You want to do that? That could be fun. You can email me, lindy@lindysgarden.com or daddy@lindysgarden.com, whichever you prefer. And you can do this at any time of the year. So I know this is actually not the New Year's episode. I don't know what I'll do for that. But you can, if you're listening to this whenever you are, little bunny, guess what? It's also New Year's because this goes both ways. Does that make sense? Don't worry if it doesn't. Garden magic. You'll understand someday. It'll become intuitive. Okay. Number 1, a story that makes you look good. Number 2, little bunny. Number 2 on this new garden tradition where we are writing things down that we want to take with us from this past year. Strength that we can take from the year. Make next year the best year that we have ever lived. I think this, I don't want to get competitive, but I feel pretty confident that this next year could be the best year of my life. I hope to continue that trajectory year after year after year. And I hope you will join me, little bunny, because really, a lot of this comes down to whether or not you want to take it upon yourself to make your life amazing. In all the ways, sometimes it's just in your mind, the way you frame things and the work you do on yourself to watch your mind and do the mental journaling. Really recommend mental journaling, little bunny. Get out your computer or your phone on your notes or anything that you can type as fast as you can. Maybe it's by hand. And you just say, how am I doing? ? And then you just write down whatever words come to your head. You're just taking your thoughts and you're turning them into very concrete words. Okay, stop feeding carrots, Daddy. Stop getting distracted. I'm so eager to help my bunny. Okay, what are we talking about, bunny? Number 2. 1 second. A social skill you got better at. Number 2 thing to carry with you. What is a social skill you got better at? I wrote down mine somewhere here. I think what it was. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you mine. And while I tell you, slow down, Daddy. I'll tell you mine. And while I tell you mine, you will think of yours and you'll write down yours. I did a great job this year getting better at, hold on, is this social one or a non-social one? Yeah. Okay, social skill. I got really good at not being intimidated by other people. And I mean this in the kind of, I guess, once again, high profile. There's a few high profile people that I've interacted with this year. And I didn't feel like they were on a pedestal or that I was somehow inferior or not worthy of their time. It's very ego boosting, I guess. Once again, going to that concept. Yeah. I don't feel intimidated by anyone anymore, actually. It's really good. Something I want to carry with me from this year. I've always had confidence, but this time it's not confidence in spite of intimidation. There just is no intimidation anymore. By the way, all of these 4 that you're writing down, I want you to be as so self-congratulatory as you can. If there's voices in your head saying, oh, I should be way more humble. I shouldn't be writing this. I should be more humble. People will roll their eyes at how headstrong I am. It's a good sign, little bunny. Yeah. We are proud of ourselves here in the garden. I don't understand the benefit of being humble. I really don't. Yeah. Okay. So what's a social skill you got better at, little bunny? Number 2. Number 3 is a non-social skill you got better at. I've got a lot of these. I think I'll mention two of them. So one of them is music software, little bunny. I went super deep into the technology side of music this year to increase the production value of the things I can create. And I did a little bit of music for the garden this year. A few Patreon locked audios, if you will. But even beyond that, in a lot of the non-garden stuff, production value just really, really ramping up as I learn the software to deeper and deeper levels, and I can produce things that would shock younger me, would truly shock younger me. Younger me would be so unbelievably dumbfounded, awestruck, proud, and excited to see where I am now. And believe me, there's also a period of my life not too long ago, some number of years, a single-digit number of years ago, that younger me would have thought, oh my God, is this really my life? In many ways, in basically every way that you could possibly. You can build a good life, little bunny. You can build an incredible life. Won't be without challenges, of course, but man, the challenges we face today, little bunny, compared to our ancestors, we have it so easy. Even those of us who are unfortunate in many ways, basically every possible way that you can have your life right now is a lot better than how it was in the past. So much better. We have so much going for us, little bunny. We have so much going for us. So it really is up to you to build a life. It really is up to you. But hey, it's also fun. Yeah. Find the joy in getting better and building the dream life. It's part of the fun. Okay. The non-social skill that you're getting better at, little bunny. What is it? Did you learn how to dance? Did you work on drawing? Did you work on writing? Did you get better at your schoolwork or your job? Did you take up a new hobby? Did you work on something like your typing? Did you take a course of any kind, whether it's school or I suggest you always take courses on things, even if it's just like a free online course or something. Even when you're to your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. Yeah. What's a non-social skill that you can be proud of, that you got better at? I'll tell you the second one that I want to compliment myself on. I want to carry it with me. Right next to me here. You're actually sitting on top of it. Get over here, little bunny. Right next to me is the first book of the children's book series, A Series of Unfortunate Events. And I have been reading it. I've just done it twice now so far in the Discord. I've been reading it to practice my narration because I always want to get better for you, little bunny, in every way I can, emotionally, in my guidance, and also just as simple as how beautiful is it to listen to me talk. I want it to be so beautiful, even if you didn't speak English, you just put me on. Maybe it helps when you go to bed and you can tune me out. Maybe you're doing work right now. You're tuning me out. Just something about the beauty. It's like putting on music or something. I am always practicing that, little bunny. So, because I have a fiction series, A Year of Love and Ligature, which I narrate as well, I actually don't get to practice the narration that much because it takes a lot longer to write it than it does to narrate it. So as little unofficial content things, so these are not recorded, not posted anywhere, I have been jumping into Discord voice chat to practice reading aloud a series of unfortunate events. And every time I learn something more about how to speak better for you, I want to sound better for you. I want to guide you better. I want to guide you in ways that I really believe in. I do a lot of work to figure out what I believe is the right way to live a life. I'm going to correct myself. I don't want to say the right way to live a life. I do a lot of thinking about what life I want to live. And I don't want to tell you what life you should live. But I want to help you do the same thing, to figure out what life you want to live. There's little nuggets of wisdom that I do believe strongly in, which you get bit by bit as you listen to me here. Yeah, you should subscribe if you are not subscribed to the podcast. And you never, by the way, you never have to spend any money on the garden. This isn't about that. Patreon is quite cheap, though, I will say. Okay. Did you get your non-social skill that you got better at, little bunny? Number 4. This is the last one. 1 second. Number 4 is a work of fiction that's meaningful to you that you discovered this year. It could be a book. It could be a movie or a TV series. Or it could be a video game. Or it could be something else. It could be a musical that you saw or a play. Sorry for the gurgles. Could be something you created even. Could be a fantasy world that you invented. Could be a Dungeons and Dragons character or something that you have been playing as. What's something fictional that has been enriching your life that you discovered this year? For me, I think it will probably be the video game Baldur's Gate. And it's not so much that game itself is so special, like those characters in that story. But it inspires me so much for some stuff I want to make for you, little bunny. Every time I play that game, less so than being involved in the battles and stories and dialogues of that game, thinking of you, the stuff I want to make for you. Oh, there's some incredibly enriching, great fictional experiences I'm going to be able to give to you coming up, little bunny. And to say a word of appreciation and thanks and gratitude, I am very excited about the advent of AI. Because it's going to give me the ability to give you so many cool things, little bunny. You have no idea what awesome things are coming your way from me, because AI is going to be here to help me make it happen. This coming year, little bunny, I am so excited for the future. This is why New Year's is so fun, is that we get to take a second to be grateful for now, to find our wins and our strengths from the previous year, and to get really excited about this next year. As I was going back through my daily journal, where I keep a log of everything I did, It was January of last year that I tried ChatGPT for the first time. And it's ridiculous how the public conversation around what ChatGPT is, like the mainstream conversation, they have no idea what incredible things are going to be able to be possible. People are focusing, like, talk to family members of older generations, and they'll be super pessimistic about AI. Typical people will see it. I mean, okay, of course there's AI dangerous, and granted we take those seriously and, cross our fingers and do what we need to do. That aside, when we think about AI, I hear people in my family of older generations. One second. I guess I should back up. I don't think the older generation thing I should bring up, because I don't think it has anything to do with how old you are. Right? Everyone is an individual. Everyone's an individual. So a specific individual in my family who's of an older generation, who has opinions that may or may not be influenced by their age, and their opinions should not cast presumptions on other people of their same age. He only sees the negatives of AI, of it just replacing. It's just going to replace people. So, like, writers replaced, video editors replaced, lawyers replaced, etc., etc., etc. Hold on, there's some argument outside my window. Welcome to New York City. It's going to enable someone like me to have a video editor, to have a lawyer, to have, okay, well, I'm still going to be doing the writing, but a writing assistant, a writing researcher. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm writing this scene where I want a surgeon to be doing some procedure. Can you help me pick what procedure? Can you help walk me through a moment in the procedure where something might go wrong and the surgeon has to then do some incredible feat of something? Hey, ChatGPT, take this thing that I wrote that takes place in 1750. Tell me if anything is anachronistic in here that they wouldn't have had in 1750. What else did I say that people would be replaced? Video editor. Yeah, oh my God. Could I have just a badass video editor? Oh, I already said that one. Anyway, little bunny. So a game like Baldur's Gate, it's won a whole bunch of the Game of the Year awards. What team size was that, and how many years did those people work on it? That team, little bunny, I'm going to have a team as powerful as that. If not next year, then a year or two after that. And it means I'm not going to have that team. I'm going to have something better than that team, because they can work an infinite number of hours. The AI doesn't have to work 5 years. They can work freaking 1,000 years, little bunny. Oh, there's never been a better time to be a solo creator. And this applies to you too, little bunny. Maybe you're in the process of trying to figure out your career in the world. Start poking around with AI, little bunny, and start following. Like, find some Instagram accounts that give you the AI news, and it's going to be fun, easy videos. Start training your algorithm to teach you AI stuff. Yeah, because that's coming for your career. Not to remove you from a job, little bunny, but to enable you to have a job that otherwise would not have existed if it weren't possible to have all of this power. Okay, don't be afraid of AI, or at least mostly don't be afraid of AI. Okay. Not saying nothing bad could happen. Yeah. but don't be afraid. And certainly don't ignore it. Don't say AI is for other people to figure out. Okay. What was your fiction this year, little bunny, that brought you some enrichment, some inspiration? Whether it gave you a place to get lost in, whether it got you inspired to do something with your own life, whether it made you feel emotions in a way that don't naturally occur to you. Maybe it helped you feel a life that you wish you had. Maybe feel glad to not live the life of this fictional world if it's really grim and dark. Something great about fiction, that it can really get our imagination going. For the sake of imagination itself and just enjoying a story or a world. But it can also inspire us to achieve something, whether it's our own fiction or own creativity. Just make a big change in your life, positive change. Can you tell I like New Year's? It's wonderful. And I think I'm going to have a very fun New Year's. I got invited to something. I'm really looking forward to it. It's something I've wanted for a long time. Maybe I'll tell you more about it at some point. We'll see if it goes well. I really am living a life I'd only dreamed of. Until I don't know what the... Yeah, I do know it happened and changed it. I'll help you. Your life won't be the same as mine. Your life won't be the same as mine. You can make big changes. You can have the life you want. I promise. But I can't do it for you. I can only help you do it yourself. No one else is going to do it for you either. But that's okay, because the joy is doing it yourself. It's fun. It's a game. Okay, little bunny, let's review. You can email these to me if you want. I generally don't reply to emails at this point, but I do read everything. I read it with an open heart. So I love you. I receive you. You are special to me. Number 1, these are things that you want to bring with you from last year. I guess we'll just say this is 2023. But I guess this can apply to any New Year's. And we are going to bring these things with us into 2024. Number 1, what is a story that makes you look good, little bunny? When you tell this story, hold on. You know, you're supposed to have a repertoire of stories. This is like some kind of business world trick. You got to have in your pocket a few good stories that you've told a bunch of times that you can tell. We're essentially going to try and come up with one of those. What's a story you can tell about yourself from this past year? And we'll collect them year after year. You only need to have a few of them. I'm going to find a story that makes you look good when you tell it, a true story. And you'll practice telling it over and over. I challenge you to maybe, how about tell it to me? And if you don't tell it to me, tell it to one of your fellow bunnies if you're on the Discord. Or just to someone, to a friend. Yeah, you can share this podcast with someone if you want. You two can do it together. Or you can just share it to yourself. Number 1, a story that makes you look good, little bunny. Number 2, what is a social skill you got better at this year? A social skill that you got better at this year. Number 3, what is a non-social skill that you got better at this year? A non-social skill that you got better at this year. And then number 4, what is some fiction you discovered that's meaningful to you? What is some fiction you discovered this year that is meaningful to you? All right. I would love to hear this, little bunny. I actually want you to email it to me. That would be very fun. I do like hearing from you. So, I think with that, I'm going to head to bed. I don't feel tired at all. But I should get to bed. And I will wake up tomorrow morning. I will write you a poem. And I will send you on your week, little bunny, as you enjoy the holidays, which will include your daddy's favorite holiday of the year, New Year's. Good night, little bunny. Talk to you in a second. Good morning, little bunny. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I wrote a poem for you. Then I've got to get going with my day. I don't have much time, but I will save for this time that I do have with you. So here's your poem. You ready? Having a good year is no lottery where we'll win it or we'll lose it. Having a good year is in our domain, and it's ours if we choose it. Have a great, great week, little bunny. Taking you everywhere I go. I'm in this for the long haul. I will always, always be with you. So, join me in making each other's lives better. Oh, I'm so excited for New Year's. I love you, little bunny. I love you. I love you. I love you.